What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we added 2 additional flat rides to the park. Insanity over here on the left, and Kickflip right over here on the right. Off camera, I did decide to go through and add the additional queue scenery that we were kind of missing on Kickflip, and it is looking so much better. Again, we didn't really need to do that since we were leeching off of Ascendance's scenery, but it felt necessary. Additionally, I also decided to move Insanity out a little bit closer to this main path here so that we hopefully wouldn't have any major collisions happening between Wild Blue and Insanity. We'll see, I guess, once this ride gets going. I didn't even check it. I just moved it out as far as I could and was crossing my fingers thinking, that's probably good enough. Somebody had mentioned that Wild Blue was clipping through this tree, but I don't think that that's happening whatsoever. I'll get as close as I can here. Yeah, we're chilling, dude. We are big chilling. But today is finally the day where we're going to be adding our first coaster to Toogii Land. We've got $11,000 at the moment, so I'm going to pause things. That way we don't lose a bunch of money. But I'm thinking, what better coaster to add here than the American Arrow? Because MERICA, right? We gotta do it. We just gotta do it. So I'm gonna get this coaster station lined up pretty much on the center of this main path right here. Like I said before, I am by no means a coaster designer. To be honest, I don't really even know what makes a coaster a good coaster. I just kind of like making them as wild as I can. So this one will certainly be no exception, but I'm going to start by placing just a 4x4 square meter wall piece. That way we can kind of bring this station up a little bit, and we'll figure out, since we're probably going to end up building some type of building around it later, that way we can figure out at what height it actually needs to be in order to look good. So now that we have that one placed down, we're going to edit this building again. And check this out. If we stack another one of these bad boys on top, it's going to line up perfectly all the way around. Well, it would, I guess, but I kind of didn't put this in the right spot. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The height is spot on. We don't really care about the length and the width right now. I'm going to skip out on the entrance and exit and path and everything for right now, and we're just going to get right into creating this coaster. So, to start, a chain drive. Probably not a bad idea. Typically, I will just try to get the coaster as high as possible. And then from that point, I don't really know. It's anyone's guess. Anything could happen. I do want to try to keep this coaster between these paths. I guess I should probably, just to satisfy my AC/DC, I should probably adjust this. So we're going to bring this out. It'll be 3 wide, just like all the other ones thus far. But we're going to bring this out this direction a little ways. That way, again, we can kind of keep it within this area. I don't know that this is going to be the only coaster that we have in the USA portion of the park, but there is also this other coaster. Of course, now I can't find it. Oh, here it is on the end. So this is a wooden coaster, but it's also kind of MERICA themed. It's got stars on it. I guess that just suddenly makes it American. This one, quite a bit more American. I mean, it says American right there, and Liberty right on the side of the thing. All right, sorry, enough lollygagging. Let's get back to the coaster creation. So I'm half tempted to actually turn the chain drive rather than having a straight plummet, a straight up descent right there. Whoops, I am undoing the path, and I do not want to be doing that. So let's bring this back, and we'll see if we can't turn it. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can't. But if we do this and bring that to 0, we should be able to, with just like a regular piece of track, right? If we just have that go down a little bit and turn it, say, 90 degrees. I will add a little bit of a bank too. 22.5 degrees. Nothing crazy, just enough so people don't, die from G-force. Do people die from G-force? That's probably not a thing, is it? So we'll leave it just like that. They'll start building a little bit of speed, and then we're gonna send them down 45, right until maybe just about there. And if there's one thing I remember, it's that people love hills. They love going up, and they love coming right back down and then going back up. I don't know why, but they kind of prefer that. Okay, let's run a test, and we'll just see how this is gonna perform in its current state. I know it's not gonna be great, most likely, but we've just kind of gotta know. Those of you that do know a thing or two about building coasters are probably looking at this like, what is this dude doing? Okay, that was good excitement there. Great excitement through there, actually. Pretty good on the nausea too. It didn't even really get into the yellow, which is perfect. All right, we'll stop the test. We'll go back to pause. And what do we need to do now? So they're gonna build speed, lose a little bit, and then start to build a little bit again. So we probably need like a loop or a roll. What rolls do we have in here that would work well for that? A bat wing. Oh, that goes like underground though. Oh, no, it doesn't. That might do it. That actually might do it. Is it as small as it can be? Okay, let's try it out. And then right here, we could basically mimic what's on the other side. We could like mimic the other track. You know what I'm trying to say? There we go. All right, let's test it again. Make sure it can actually get around this roll thing that we've added. I'm gonna keep an eye on the excitement. Super good through there, dude. Super, super good. Now the bat wing, it slowed down a little bit. Still carrying plenty of speed though. Dude, I am loving this. Okay, and everyone just got dead. Let's pause again, and we'll see where we could go from here. I guess we could curve underneath this one. It needs to be a little bit longer than this though, right? I mean, ride duration is gonna be way too short on this thing. So let's do one more little hill, and then we'll bring it down. Well, then the path is gonna be right there. We'll bring it back up to 0. And then at this point, could we do another bat wing? Could we do another bat wing, but like the opposite direction? Feel free, guys, to tell me if this is dumb or stupid, or perhaps even both. Again, I haven't the slightest clue what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of doing it. We're just winging it. It's the end of the coaster for me that's usually the most challenging. So I'm gonna try autocomplete. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. We'll go with that. Beautiful. All right, let's start the test. We'll unpause things, let that previous coaster kind of disintegrate. I think this is gonna do pretty well. I don't know. I really don't have any idea. But it seems like they're carrying good speed. I'm a bit nervous about this second bat wing though. I just don't know that they're gonna be going fast enough to clear that thing. But hey, you don't know until you try, right? Okay, round there. Pretty solid still. Carrying good speed up over these hills. Still great excitement, great fear. Uh-oh, see, yeah, it's already getting slow. Barely, it can barely get around that. How would you build more speed mid-run without an additional chain drive though? Because this thing doesn't have any like acceleration tracks or anything like that. It's not even gonna have enough speed to go up this incline. Wait for it. Okay, it can. I was thinking this might be kind of a cool area to, you know, pass over the coaster station. But I think this is gonna hurt our score overall. It's a bit too slow through here, which is good because it's the end. Wow, they're pulling some G's through that one. How did we do? Is it pretty bad? Oh, Insanity has broken down again. That's good. That's good. Yeah, not ideal. That's actually pretty bad. that's really, really bad. What is our prestige currently? 648. That's decent. That's decent, but we can do better. So before this other bat wing, that's what we need to change. I'll figure something out. This time for sure. We haven't changed anything except after this initial Batwing. Okay, so now this is a little bit more gradual. They should build more speed to make it through the second Batwing a bit faster. That looks good. Wow, that looks really good. Okay. Excitement wasn't as high as I was hoping to see through there. And then this might need some brakes. Might need a little bit of brakes. Oh my good God. Okay, I know these numbers, they're rookie numbers. I realize this, but they're green. So that green is good. Green is good. Prestige, 586. It's actually worse than it was before, and that's likely due to the fact that the ride duration is much shorter. So we can fix this. We can fix this. But I do think post second Batwing is good. We just need to do something else from this point back to the station. We're going with ride cam for this one. So here's the second Batwing exits. Nice. Okay, I was worried people were gonna like hit their heads. We have a corkscrew entrance and exit. I guess you'd probably just call that a corkscrew. And then again, still worried about people hitting their heads, but it didn't happen. All right, how was that? Surely that was a little bit longer. Okay, still green everywhere. We're gonna stop the test. How is our prestige now? 637. Once again, I've made the coaster even shorter, but I made this part a little steeper so that they'd hopefully carry more speed into that second Batwing. That does appear to be slightly faster. That is way too many G's through there, isn't it? Way too many G's, dude. So you need to do one of those rolls slowly. How is that still good? Okay, 548, so the prestige went down even more. I'm thinking, and apologies if you guys can hear the AC in the background, it is very hot again, but I'm thinking that we just rethink everything. Now hear me out. We need to get the coaster up higher sooner so that we can carry more speed throughout the rest of the track. I think that that's our major hang up right now.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, I'm gonna run this test just to see how she does, but I kind of ran out of money, so we're gonna have to just hold off. Just hold off. We're nearing the end though. We are nearing the end. Now we have a oh. Well, it is much slower through there now, even though I was thinking I was giving it more speed. That seems better. That ain't bad. Okay. What about over here? That is also good. Good banking. The corkscrew. And everyone's dead. All right. Well, we only have $200, so I gotta fast forward a little bit. Really, dude? Oh my. Why is it that every time I actually need to make some money, all the rides break down? Ascendance just broke down, then Wild Blue, now Kickflip has broken down as well. That's kind of what I get for choosing the much harder difficulty. If a ride's reliability is considered average, I have the inspection schedule set to every 10 minutes. If it's high, like Ascendance, I have it set to every 20 minutes. That's better. Okay, now that all the rides have been successfully repaired by our super hardworking mechanics, we're starting to make some money again. Okay, 1,200 bucks. I'm gonna pause, and we're gonna try to finish this track out, dude. It's short. Again. I'm testing. I'm just testing. That's all that this is.
Many minutes later.
It has been now a little over 2 hours, and I don't feel like we're making any progress whatsoever. Actually, you know what? That's the best I've seen it through that first section, through the first, like, hump, I mean. Okay, good through there. So I decided to ditch the Batwings, and instead I made my own. Twist is probably gonna kill some people. Okay, brakes are good. What do we got? What do we got? Please, please be okay. That's not bad. But I bet the prestige is still gonna be like 5 something. It's worse now. How is it worse now? Dude, the ride is longer. It's more exciting. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe if I take that twist out, that's what I'll do. I'll take the twist out and we'll run it back. We'll see if it's any better. Here we go. Nice. Good through there. Still has good excitement. Okay, excitement is dropping on that other custom Batwing. But we've added another little loop thing. Kind of slow through there, actually. No brakes over here. Still has good speed. Not too fast, not too slow. How'd we do that time? Okay, you know what? I'm pretty sure we're just getting the same result every single time. Hey, 634 though. That's better. That's actually better than it's been in the past couple hundred times that I've tried this. The only change that I've made this time is I smoothed everything I have currently selected. So pretty much everything after the chain lift, I've smoothed it out 5 times so that it hopefully just kind of flows better. You know what I mean? So far, so good. It's carrying more speed through that second section there. Still good. Ooh, this is promising. This is looking pretty promising. Still kind of slow through that one, though. Not terrible, as long as it has enough speed for this last one. Just barely. Okay. I'm bringing her on back into the station. Slow, but not too slow. What do we got? That is better. That does actually seem to be better. 638. It's basically the same, but it don't matter none. We can obviously go back and tweak it, fine-tune it later, but for right now, I'm decently happy with this. For our first coaster back, I think it's gonna work out just fine. So, now we've got our entrance and our exit placed in. Let me change the top to asphalt as well. Why this no work? Oh, because it's Q. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're just gonna bring a nice simple staircase all the way down and connect it up to our main path right there. As for the entrance, we will have to have kind of a snaky queue. You know, that's sort of what we do around here. But I don't want to use the same coaster station that I've used in episodes past. You guys seem to really hate it when I do that. So we're gonna be building a brand spanking new one from scratch. It's not gonna be anything fancy just yet. We don't really have that many things to work with, but let's go with, let's see, 10 foot wide. 10 foot wide queue it is. Or wait, if I remember right, 13 feet would allow us to build around it more easily. So I think that's what we'll do. Took me a little bit to figure out how I wanted to go about doing this queue, but you can't tell me that we've ever made a queue that looks like this before. This brand spanking new design. But now that we have that done, still Prestige 638, 3% queue scenery rating. Just adding a path. That's not terrible. It's probably pulling from across the main path there, if I had to guess. Minimum rider load is going to be full load, of course. We're going to change this one to 120. 3-second min departure interval, that's probably fine. And now we can enable our priority pass. So this is going to go probably on this side, actually. And then the exit is going to go just in front of the steps there. That's pretty much like as close as I could get them to the front of the line. That's always the goal, right? If you take a look at any of these ones, you have the entrance pretty close to the actual entrance, and then the exit is pretty dang close to the entrance of the ride. It doesn't really make sense when I try to explain it, so I'm just gonna continue placing some queue paths. Now that we have that done, we are getting very, very close to being able to open up this ride, but obviously our queue scenery rating is subpar, to say the least. So I'm not going to add that many plants to this one. I'm going to hope that just building some type of structure around the coaster station is going to be sufficient enough. But even that is going to be very, very simple because, again, we don't really have that many items to work with. So I'm going to stick with using the same sort of panel that we've been using elsewhere in the USA portion of this park. And I'm just going to make a simple corner. Just like that. Now we can take said corner and slide it on in, get it to line up with this coaster station perfectly.
More moments later.
And there we go. 100% queue scenery rating. And like I said, it's nice and simple. Really nothing crazy. The building, I'm not sure if I love it. The only thing that I really like about it is we have this like little tunnel that the guests will have to walk through unless they buy a priority pass. Then they kind of get to skip the creepy tunnel. But some people might be into it. So our prestige is still 638, which is a big bummer, I'll be honest. But now we can open her up. She's brand spanking new, and that might actually increase our prestige. After the first few guests get off of the ride, typically your prestige will go up a little bit. So I really hope that that happens. Oh, hang on just a second. We gotta maximize our profits here. What the heck am I doing? We're gonna take 638 divided by 35 to get an initial ticket price of $18.22. So we'll get that set up. There she be. These people, dude, they almost walked in there. They about got a freebie. What was it, $10 just starting out? We got our first 4 guests heading on in. We love to see it. See, I'm just not super stoked with like the top of the coaster station. But even if I take these panels and I make like a proper surround on the upper portion of this building, it didn't look right. Also, sorry that I didn't do a speed build for this, but it was so quick. I mean, the building took me maybe 5 minutes. The plants took me an additional 10. So, you didn't miss much. Basically what I'm trying to say. You didn't miss much. Ooh, here they go. Here they go. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on the prestige, so we'll know whether or not it actually goes up once these guests exit the ride. You know what? Let's go ride camp. Let's see what the guests are seeing. Get to experience this thing almost completely. We did miss the big drop. But this is perfect. A lot more loops than I usually do as well. Normally I just do kind of like those big hills. Guests seem to really like that. Yeah, we need more speed through here. That would make this ride quite a bit better, I think. The brakes are perfect, though. Coming back into the station with minimal speed. Well, survey says 906. There it is, dude. That's all we needed to do. Just get some people in there. The test dummies, they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about. Obviously, these guests, they definitely do. So now with a new prestige of 906... Gotta get my calculator back out. I wish I could do this in my head, but I just can't. 906 divided by 35 is gonna give us a new ticket price of $25.88. This thing is gonna make us some serious buku bucks, dude. These people are kind of lucky. They got in when the ticket price wasn't so bad. Are you guys sick? She's like hunched over. Someone needs to clean that sick up. Not happy, hungry, and thirsty. And also very nauseous. They do realize that we have vending machines, right? Granted, they are on the opposite side of the park at this point in time. We'll figure out some food stuff. I'm thinking, like I said earlier, or maybe I didn't say this, maybe I did. This open area of grass here would probably be a really good spot to put our first restaurant, or even just a proper Chief Beef, Pizza Pen, Glizzy Squad, you know the deal. Now that we've officially opened our very first coaster in the park, we've got to reselect everything for that front sign. And then we'll do the same thing once again for the back. Where'd this lady get the cool hat? I think that's a pirate hat. We don't... Oh, I don't have enough money to go on American Arrow. Okay, maybe time to get an ATM up in here. Actually, let's check out our research, because we haven't even really touched that. I'm going to start research on the restaurants. We'll max that out, 500 per month. And then small attractions, probably not a bad thing to start research on either. And maybe one more. Street Fox Coffee, that's never really been a hit. Hat's fantastic. Actually, gift shops. Definitely. 750. Then people won't have to bring their own cool hats in. They can buy cool hats from us instead. How's it looking up here? Pretty streamlined. Nice. Beautiful. We've got enough space for a couple more people if they can make it there in time. Come on. There it is. There it is. I wonder, did the prestige go up anymore? Nah, 906 is gonna be as good as it gets. But here are the stats for anyone that's curious. That's what we're working with on the American Arrow. I think the last thing that I want to do today, just because I'm way over time, we've already hit the 3-hour mark in this recording, dude. I didn't think it was going to take me that long to get a decent coaster up and running. But the last thing I want to do here is just extend this path as far as it can possibly go. That way, for future expansions, we kind of already have it in place. That is unfortunately all I have time for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.